Welcome to the Average Dave's Movie and TV Talk. I'm Dave.
Dave.
This is Dave. He's still on his, high from the Super Bowl because his team, the Eagles, won, which I'm not a fan of either team, but I'm glad the Eagles won. They actually dominated that
I'm
game.
from South Jersey, so.
That wasn't even a game. That was one of the worst Super Bowls I've seen in a long time.
Not to me.
No.
It was fantastic.
But as a football fan, you got to look at it and go,
oh, yeah. As like an average football fan, that would have been terrible, but that game was great if you absolutely loathe the Chiefs and you love the Eagles.
oh, yeah. I mean, the Eagles just killed them.
Which, I mean, who doesn't loathe the Chiefs and their quarterback?
And it's so
Kermit
good
the
to
Mahomes.
see he got beat up. He got beat up. He put on as many miles in that game as he did against the Tampa Bay. They copied that game.
He was 6 sacks, most he's ever been sacked. Yeah. It was awesome to watch. Not if you're a casual football fan. I get it, but to me, it was the second best Super Bowl ever.
Which one's the first, when they beat the Patriots?
Oh, God, yeah. Because it wasn't expected. I thought that they should win this game.
Wow, that was...
Going into 52, I was like,
Belichick.
we have our backup quarterback playing the greatest football dynasty ever. We're going to get embarrassed. And we didn't.
So this is episode 20. We've been away for a bit just because of scheduling and winter storms and all that good stuff. Just a fair warning about our movie TV talk channel. We do talk spoilers. We do talk politically sensitive issues. We are not politically correct about the entertainment industry. We speak our mind about the entertainment industry, and every so often bad words might slip out.
You always look at me when you say that.
Well, because that's usually where it comes from. So this is our opinion and nobody else's.
What are you talking about?
Don't forget that if you have any questions, please comment in the comment section or reach out to us at the Average Dave's Talk at yahoo.com, and also check out and subscribe to Okemo Valley TV on YouTube or at okemovalley.tv, and also channels 1076 and 1086 on Xfinity Comcast. That was pretty quick. I haven't done it for a while. I had to read it. So usually we start out with a couple quick topics, and today's quick topics, just to start out with, will be Reacher season 3.
I finally watched the trailer for it. I wasn't going to.
Yeah, you weren't a fan of season 2.
I thought it was fine. Season 1 was a lot better.
Yeah, season 1 was great. Season 2 was good.
Yeah, it was fine.
But season 3, I'm looking forward to it because they're going back to just him as the main guy. They're not bringing any team members and stuff. So hopefully, I'm looking forward to it. It's been a very good TV show overall.
Yeah.
1923 season 2 comes out on February 23rd.
Isn't Invincible coming out this month too?
Yeah, I forgot to put that at the end. I think that's the last Tuesday, I think, of the month.
So it's coming at the end of the month.
All right. Captain America, Brave New World comes out on February 14th in 2 days. So by the time you see this video, it'll actually already be out.
Who gives a crap?
Yeah. I mean, the early reviews of it are more like 50-50. They're like, yeah, so I'm not really looking forward to it.
I'm not going to watch it.
I'll watch it when it comes out on streaming.
It's Disney. Yeah. It's crap.
Yeah. Any thoughts on the Super Bowl commercials?
So me being an Eagles fan, most time during the commercials, I was talking about the game. Wasn't really
sipping on it, bro.
No. I had my wits about me. I had one mixed drink, ended up pouring like half of it out and just switching back to water because I wanted to be in the moment.
Yeah.
The only commercial that I saw that had me laughing was that Tostitos commercial, which was like the play on like E.T., when he's getting ready to go home.
He gets crushed in the...
And then he gets crushed to death by the doors.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I don't know. That had me laughing hysterically.
See, I like the Ram truck one with Glenn Powell.
Didn't say it.
Yeah, that was a good one. The Bud Light cul-de-sac party with Shane Gillis, Post Malone, and Peyton Manning.
I saw like the
you can
lead ups to that.
You can see where Bud Light's like, okay, we really screwed up with
they were trying, but
crap.
Who cares?
So they came out with this one. It was pretty good. The Stella beer with Matt Damon and David Beckham. That was pretty good.
The only other one that I remember was that woke flag football one.
Oh yeah. Yes.
The girl beating up on Brad and the flag. It's like, okay, whatever.
But you notice that they got rid of a lot of that woke DEI crap this year.
But it's not that I was looking for it or not looking for it. I just wasn't watching the commercials. Those are probably the two that I happened to catch. Yeah. Like most of the time when like the commercials were on, I went to the bathroom or I was pacing talking about the game. Yeah. I didn't care.
But overall, though, the Super Bowl, the halftime show was
awful.
I don't know. I don't know if it was awful. It was okay. I'm just getting sick of the rap and the hip hop. I don't mind it but they need to switch up the genre. This year do rap or hip hop. This year do hip hop. This year do like a country act.
Bring
this
back
year
country. Some
do a rock act.
Bring in some metal.
Yes.
Have they ever had metal in the Super Bowl? It's like Metallica ever done it or something?
I believe so. One of the best ones was actually Prince when he did it.
Prince was the best one.
That was awesome.
But he's not metal.
Right. No. But you got to switch up the genre. Not everybody likes rap. Not everybody likes hip hop or country or what. So switch it up. And yeah, but it was good to see a certain person get booed.
Taylor?
That was mostly the Philadelphia fans because where she's from, and then she switches her loyalty.
It's football fans.
Yeah.
Nobody likes Taylor Swift in football. The NFL loves it because it gets a few more eyes on the TV, but the actual fans don't care.
Yeah. So our main topic for today is the top 10 political movies. This can be anything from movies about presidents or mostly, presidential type stuff because,
I have a feeling that's
3 weeks ago, roughly, Mr. Trump got inaugurated.
Some of them are.
So you want to start out with your honorable mentions?
Yeah, I'll go with my honorable mentions. My first honorable mention, I went with Canadian bacon. 1995, John Candy.
I forgot about that movie.
Alan Alda, which I spelled wrong. I put Slane Alda, but whatever. Rhea Perlman, Kevin Pollak, Rip Thorne, directed by Michael Moore. It's a movie that came out in 1995 after the Cold War, and the president, played by Alan Alda, his approval ratings are tanking, and there's no one else to blame. So he's trying to start a Cold War with Russia, and they don't want to. So he starts trying to paint Canada in a bad light to sort of start a new Cold War with Canada.
About that movie.
Yeah,
I forgot all about that movie.
It's a goofy movie. It has a few funny moments. Dan Aykroyd's cameo in it is fantastic.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in probably
I just watched
30
it,
years.
A couple last week. Yeah. So. And my second honorable mention, I went with The Ides of March, 2011, George Clooney, Ryan Gosling, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Paul Giamatti.
The late, great Philip Seymour Hoffman.
He's been dead like 11 years now. It was 2014.
Yeah, he was so good.
He was a tremendous actor. But it was directed by George Clooney. It was all right.
I liked it. It's actually on my list up a little higher than you have it.
It was all right. It's, George Clooney's a guy running for the presidency, or was he the vice president? Or no, I'm thinking of something else.
No, he was running.
Oh, crap. There's a movie I forgot about that is not, I forgot about it. I didn't put it on my list that I just watched.
What was it?
Oh, well, it's probably on yours. So.
Okay.
But,
yeah. What year was Ides of March?
2011.
Yeah, 2011. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Anyway, it turns out he ended up, he may have knocked up one of his staffers and then paid for her abortion, but maybe he didn't.
It shows how sleazy politicians are.
That's really what the movie is about.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a bunch of sleazy
politicians
guys doing stuff.
Being
sleazily.
Politicians.
Yeah. It's fine. I could see where people would like it because it had a tremendous cast. I thought it was going to be really, really good.
Yeah.
And I got done it and I was pretty bored most of the movie, but I guess there's something there that some people would like. It just wasn't for me.
So my first honorable mention is actually Darkest Hour from 2017 with Gary Oldman, where he played Winston Churchill, and how it showed pretty much how the British at that time didn't know what they were doing with Nazi Germany, and actually how many people really despised Winston Churchill.
It was like Neville Chamberlain went over there right before they invaded Poland, and he's gets off the plane and waving his non-aggression pact or whatever.
Yeah, and Hitler's
Hitler's like, I'll sign this piece of paper just to get you out of here. Yeah. He doesn't care.
But it really shows how many people in England really didn't like Winston Churchill. But when they needed him, But was it 6 months after he was right after the war.
Yeah, it was like right.
They booted him.
I don't remember exactly how
much.
much, but they booted him out
And
because
then Chamberlain died like 6 months after the war.
he was against like some sort of liberal policies that they were starting to put in place, and he's like, "We can't do this yet.
Yeah.
We need to recover from this war." And they're like, "Out, away with you.
Yeah,
We're done with you."
but Gary Oldman was really good in that.
Yes,
But Gary Oldman is a great actor.
Gary Goldman.
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 Second honorable mention is Dave from 1993 with Kevin Kline and Sigourney Weaver. Woo. Ving Rhames. Just a great comedic take on the presidential office. It's actually a presidential impersonator takes over for the president because the real president is in a coma, kind of like what we had the last 4 years, where he was just up there standing there. And
Well, I mean, it's not like they had an impersonator. He was just a.
do we know that?
He was just a figurehead.
Because I swear the guy that Muppet,
Weekend at Bindens.
that one Muppet could have been on there. For the old man, remember the old man up on the balcony there?
What the hell is the name of the ventriloquist? He has that like old guy.
Yeah. I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about. Yeah, but
he looks just like him.
Yeah. So it could have been him standing this because that's what it felt like, especially last year. But yeah, Dave is a comedy. It's a really funny movie. Kevin Kline I like anyway. So
I forgot about that movie. I saw that a long time ago. I have to rewatch that.
Yeah.
I remember I liked it.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right, is it my turn?
Yep.
Is it my number 10?
It's number 10.
My number 10. My number 10, I went with Lee Daniels, The Butler. I thought this movie was pretty fun. It was mostly good because of all the great actors they had coming in playing the presidents. They had like Alan Rickman, James Marston.
Late great Alan Rickman. No, Alan Rickman. Yeah.
Yeah. Late great Alan Rickman. Also, the late great. Who else played the president? Pretty huge guy. Died in like 2012.
See, I haven't seen that movie in such a long time that I'm not.
Robin Williams.
Oh, Robin Williams. That's right.
Yeah, Robin Williams.
The master.
Anyway, 2013. It stars Forrest Whitaker, Oprah Winfrey, Terrence Howard, David. I'm probably gonna kill his name. Ilowo.
Oh yeah.
He was in the first Reacher movie. He was like the detective.
Yeah.
Directed by Lee Daniels, and it's about Cecil Gaines, who was the butler in the White House, the head butler in the White House for over 3 decades. And, of course, it ends with, their great hope getting elected into office, Barack Obama. But it was a good movie. Wasn't bad. My number 9, I went with W, 2008.
I've never seen that.
Really? I saw it once, but it's been like 7 or 8 years.
Yep.
I liked it. I really couldn't tell you much about it other than it was about George W. Bush and just kind of how goofy he was. But anyway, it stars Josh Brolin, Elizabeth Banks, Richard Dreyfuss, Jeffrey Wright, directed by Oliver Stone. It's like a comedy biopic about George W. Bush.
Yeah.
And I recommend checking it out.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
You might like it. You might not. No. I enjoyed it. It's mostly because Josh Brolin is really good. And of course,
Josh Brolin's a good actor.
Yeah, he's freaking awesome.
So my number 10 is actually the Ides March 2011. We just talked about that, and it's a decent movie. I mean, it really does just show how sleazy politicians are and how they will screw anybody over. And that means anybody. Friends, enemies.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter. That's what true politicians do.
My problem with that movie was I guess I expected more from George Clooney and Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling but he's come a long way since that. That was 2011. Ryan Gosling
Yeah, but he was still good back then.
Yeah, but right now he is like on
Except
top.
for The Notebook.
No, I hate that movie.
Horrible movie.
I hate that movie.
So terrible.
My number 9 is Charlie Wilson's War from 2007.
Never seen it.
You've never seen it? Tom Hanks, the late great Philip Seymour Hoffman. It's just based on the story of the U.S. Congressman Charlie Wilson and the CIA operative whose effort to lead Operation Cyclone, which is an actual event, a program to organize and support the Afghan how do you say that? Mujahideen?
Something like that.
During the Soviet-Afghan War, and how that comes back and pretty much bites our ass later on in history.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Philip Seymour Hoffman. I mean, him being in a movie by itself is enough for me to want to see it. It got me to watch The Talented Mr. Ripley, which was awful.
You ever seen Pirate Radio?
No.
Watch it.
Was it good?
Great movie.
It's kind of like, I think I heard a lot about it when it came out. Never got around to watching it, and haven't heard anything about it since.
Great movie.
All right.
Give it a shot.
I will. If it's got him in it, yeah. All right, my number 8, I went with Absolute Power.
Oh, Clint.
1997. Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman, Ed Harris, Laura Linney, directed by Clint Eastwood.
Yep. That was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
But name those 3 off at the top again.
You mean the 3 legends?
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman, and Ed Harris?
Yeah. I mean, that's a powerful cast.
Yeah. It also had Glenn Scott in it. And
I like Glenn
the guy
Scott.
who played Serrano from Major League.
Oh,
he was in those like Allstate commercials.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
His name escapes me right now. But those were like the 2 like Secret Service guys that were around the president. The movie's about Clint Eastwood is a thief, breaks into this billionaire's home, and while he's in this like closet with a 2-way mirror where there's also like a hidden safe, the president comes in, played by Gene Hackman, ends up murdering a woman, and
really good movie.
And the CIA and the chief of staff, played by oh god, I forgot her name. I forgot to put her in here, but the chief of staff,
who was that?
And the 2 Secret Service guys and the president like act to like cover it up, and Clint Eastwood's character has proof that they did it, and really, really good movie.
Yeah. You did your 2 already? That was 2? Yeah.
Wait, hold on, wait. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, yeah, no. My number 7 is Vice, 2018. Christian Bale, Steve Carell, Sam Rockwell, Tyler Perry, directed by Adam McKay. And the movie it's about Dick Cheney and how he was actually the president instead of George W. Bush.
Okay.
Essentially, how George W. Bush was like president in name only, like our past administration. But Dick Cheney was the guy like behind the scenes who actually had all of the power. Makes you think. Could have been. I don't know. But I mean,
I've never watched it.
Yeah, Christian Bale was really, really good in it as Dick Cheney. Yeah. Check it out. I mean,
no, I would. I've actually seen it advertised on places and stuff, and now you brought it up. Yeah, I should watch that because I like Christian.
It had a lot of good supporting characters too. I mean, Sam Rockwell, Tyler Perry, Steve Carell, but there's other people in it too. Just like, so yeah.
All right, so my number 8 is Nixon from 1995, starring Anthony Hopkins, Howard Booth, and Ed Harris. It portrays Nixon after the Watergate and before and after Watergate, and how he's just a really complex guy, and how politics plays strange games on your allies, and then the allies play games with you within your party. And how
I don't think I've seen that one.
No, it's good. Anthony Hopkins did a really good job. Howard Booth and Ed Harris.
I might have seen it though. I don't know. I'll have to check that one out though. I mean, Anthony Hopkins, Ed Harris.
Yeah.
Howard
Booth. Howard Booth was a good actor.
He was great in Deadwood.
Yeah, he was excellent in Deadwood.
Too bad they didn't finish the show while he was still alive.
Yeah, no kidding. What they wait? 13 years?
Oh, something
from like season 3 to the movie
like that. And it like Deadwood, if they completed the damn show when they should have, would have been an all-time great.
Oh yeah.
But
the way they ended,
they were building up something massive, and then they just cut it out. Yeah. And like they didn't even obviously they like didn't tell the showrunner so they could try and condense it. Yeah. They told them after it was done, oh yeah, by the way, we're not doing the 4th or 5th season.
Because season 1 and season 2, great.
Every season that
season
they did
3
was
up
awesome.
until the last couple episodes, then you just felt lost at the end.
Well, yeah,
because you knew something was coming, and then nothing.
I mean, I guess you could. But that's not the show's fault. The show was setting it up. It's almost like
Deadwood's definitely not for people
2,
that are sensitive to the years.
Switching.
Yeah.
Season 2 of what the House of the Dragon. Yeah. They cut off the last 2 episodes. It was supposed to be 10 episodes, and the showrunners basically said instead of condensing it, they were just going to set up a great season 3. Yeah. Which really did make season 2 suffer, but I think once House of Dragon is done, and you can go back and just watch the whole thing, hopefully they don't have the later seasons fall off that the first show did. But because it's like not going to matter.
Yeah, because
But right now, people are pissed because it was setting up something huge,
and nothing.
and then nothing happened. It just ends.
Yeah.
And I didn't stand it either. But then I read about they basically cut funding.
Yeah.
So instead of condensing the show, they just cut off the last 2 episodes, and are just going to do them later.
Yeah, which
I respect now.
yeah, but it didn't work.
It in the short term, no, it didn't work because season 2 was, but season 3 is going to start off with a banger.
Oh, we hope.
Oh yeah, we
You never know.
we hope.
So my number 7 is Wag the Dog, 1997, starring Robert De Niro and Dustin Hoffman. It centers on a spin doctor and a Hollywood producer who fabricated war in Albania to distract the workers from how bad the current president's administration is and the sex scandal that he's in.
I haven't heard about that.
But this is what these people do. On both sides of the liberal media and conservative, they'll fabricate stories to take you away from what's really happening here.
Yeah.
So that if you watch this movie, you're gonna be like, oh yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah. It's Robert De Niro was good before he decided to lose his mind, but Dustin Hoffman was really good at it.
I'll have to get a copy of your list and check it out.
You should, because this is much better.
Yeah, it's better than mine.
Much better.
Whatever. Is my turn?
Your turn.
Is it my turn for number 6? All right, for my number 6, I went with Frost Nixon. 2008, Michael Sheen, Frank Langella, Kevin Bacon, Matthew McFadden, directed by Ron Howard. This is a movie that I mainly watched because it was a Ron Howard movie, and I really enjoyed it.
What was it again?
Frost Nixon.
I've never seen it.
So Michael Sheen plays David Frost. He's a TV personality back in I think it's 1974. It was like right after
Watergate and stuff.
Well, yeah, it was right after
Nixon.
he resigned.
Yeah.
Well, he ended up paying, it was maybe $500,000 to get 3 sit down interviews with Nixon. And the movie is just about all 3 interviews and, just check it out because the stuff that he was trying to uncover, people thought that David Frost would be bullied by Nixon. And the first 2 interviews he kind of was, but the third one, he got him to say that very famous line, if the president does it, then it's not illegal type of thing. Right. And,
Yeah, I'll have to watch it.
It's a movie about
I've heard about it. I've never watched it.
It's pretty good, though. Yeah. I was surprised how much I liked it. I didn't think that I would like it that much, but, All right, my number 5, I went with JFK, 1991. Kevin Costner, Gary Oldman, Donald Sutherland, Tommy Lee Jones, John Candy, directed by another one, Oliver Stone. This is a movie about, I forget Kevin Costner's character's name, but he's the state's attorney of I think Louisiana.
Yeah.
And he starts investigating the JFK assassination and starts uncovering evidence. Yes. That's it.
I have that on here.
So he starts uncovering evidence that it may have been done by the government and that Lee Harvey Oswald was just a scapegoat. And, another movie just, makes you think.
There's people out there believe that there's more than
Trump just declassified it. And then once, we get our black piece of paper because it's all redacted. But hey, who knows?
No, JFK is a good movie.
JFK
Kevin
was
Costner was really good in that.
So my list, I think at 6, it started getting pretty good.
Well, I hope so.
Vice was fine.
Yeah. I've never, like I said, I got to watch it.
Check it out.
Yeah. So my number, where are we at here?
6.
My number 6 is Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Classic from 1939, starring the late, great James Stewart, who I love. Jimmy Stewart.
Washington.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
1939?
Yeah.
Same year as another classic movie.
Yeah.
The Wizard of Oz.
This film is about a naive, newly appointed United States Senator. Guess what? He goes to Washington and sees how corrupt.
And this is a movie from the 30s.
Yeah. How corrupt.
We've had almost a century of additional corruption put on top of that.
How corrupt the government is. So, like you said, this is a movie from 1939 showing how corrupt the federal government is and how much. And now we can sit here and go, yeah, like you said, almost 100 years later, we're like, no shit.
Yeah, back then, the corruption was probably dumping trash bags in some state park.
Yeah, but I love how people think corruption is just starting with this administration.
Yeah, okay.
Washington, D.C., Montpelier, all those places are corrupt as hell. Always have been, always will be. That's what politicians are. Mm-hmm. They're corrupt. My number 5, I know you you probably have never watched this, Dr. Strangelove, or the second term title for it is How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb.
It's a movie that I've wanted to watch.
From 1954, George C. Scott.
Because of George C. Scott.
Late, great George C.
Doesn't
Scott.
like this movie have
Pickens.
like the guys, it's like got this like mad scientist who like right arm like loves like Hitler and will keep doing the
It's a comedy parody about the Cold War and the fears of nuclear war. I mean, one of the lines in there, you can't fight in here. It's the war room. They get in a fight and it's a war room, but they don't want any. It's Slim Pickens. You see in one of the scenes where he's riding the nuclear bomb down to Earth, and he said, if you haven't seen Doctor Strangelove, you have to watch it.
That movie's been on my list.
You have to watch it.
Just like Ed Wood, who I just recently
And George C. Scott is awesome. Awesome.
Well, yeah, but what isn't he awesome at?
Yeah, I love George C. Scott. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
Patton. Oh, God. Great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
He's a guy who, just like Gene Hackman and Clint Eastwood, when he was on the screen, and Jack Nicholson, when they're on the screen,
it's theirs.
It's theirs.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who's on the screen with them.
Yep.
Unless they're on the screen together.
Yep.
Then they'll share it.
Yeah. George C. Scott, just the way he carries himself, that voice, it says, I'm here. Back away. So we're good there. So now it's your turn.
Okay. My number 4, I have Darkest Hour here, which you covered earlier. 2017, Gary Oldman, Lily James, Ben Mendelsohn, Stephen Dillon, Kristen Scott Thomas, directed by Joe Wright. We covered it earlier. Winston Churchill,
he did such a good job with that.
And Gary Oldman was really good in it, but you saw where
you saw the politics against him, but when they needed him, please. And then when it was done,
please save us.
Get away. Yep. Well, people really should go into the history of the British during World War II and how much of a.
Well, I am about to get into a little Soviet history here because my number 3 is The Death of Stalin.
I've never seen that movie.
Which is an underrated gem.
Yeah, never seen
Aside from the fact that it's a bunch of British people playing Soviets, just like in Valkyrie, it's a bunch of British people playing Germans. It's
good movie though, Valkyrie.
Oh yeah, great movie. The Death of Stalin, 2017. Steve Buscemi, Jeffrey Tambor, Jason Isaacs, Michael Palin from Monty Python fame.
Yep.
And Rupert Friend, directed by Armando Iannucci. I think his name is.
Iannucci. Yeah. I've never seen it, but I've been watching. That's on my list.
It is a comedy about, in the beginning, Stalin dies, and there's this power vacuum, and it's all these, cabinet members just start stabbing backs to try and get in power, and they're trying to get his 2 kids, Stalin's 2 kids to back him, and they end up abducting the son. It's freaking hysterical.
I've heard
played by Rupert Friend. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but
the
good
movie
stuff
is
about the
hysterical.
Movie. Yeah.
If we do a top 10 comedy list, it'll probably be on mine. It's that good.
Really?
It is awesome. It'll have you laughing out loud.
I'm gonna have to.
It's awesome. It was on Netflix or Max or something, and I probably watched it 5 or 6 times within a 6-month period.
No, I've heard nothing but good stuff.
Awesome movie. Definitely check it out. I don't think we've done a most underrated movie list. That would definitely be on there for me.
We haven't done one here.
I know, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's also, I watched a YouTube channel on it by history buffs. Yeah, they did do some exaggerations, but a lot of stuff that they show in it is stuff that really happened.
Yeah. No, I've heard nothing but good stuff about that movie.
Awesome movie. Check it out.
Yeah. My number 4 is JFK from 1991, starring Kevin Costner.
Jim Garrison.
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a great movie. It's all about the conspiracy to assassinate Kennedy and how Lee Harvey Oswald was a scapegoat. Believe what you want to believe.
Yeah.
There's still things that they try to explain that just, even to this day, you got to be, oh, really?
You mean the magic bullet?
Yeah, the magic bullet.
Controlled by Magneto?
Yeah, I mean, some people are going to kind of find this kind of like sickening, but Lee Harvey Oswald was a United States Marine. They actually talk about him in boot camp, how the shot was placed. And actually a famous scene of that was in Full Metal Jacket when Gunny was talking to the recruits about Lee Harvey Oswald. So,
did he?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Full Metal Jacket in.
Such a good movie.
I mean, it's probably been like 7 or 8 years. I don't remember talking about Lee Harvey.
Lee Harvey was so good in that.
Oh yeah.
Lee Harvey, he was so good. And my number 3 is All the President's Men from 1976. It's a political thriller about the Watergate scandal that brought down the presidency of President Nixon. The film stars Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman as Woodard and Bernstein, who were some of the big reporters and stuff that actually brought that stuff to the public. Robert Redford was awesome. But Dustin Hoffman he's a great actor too. But Robert Redford's always been one of my favorite actors, and this movie is just really good.
He was great in Winter Soldier, which is 13 years old now.
Yeah.
That's a movie that I wanted to watch, but it wasn't on any of our streaming services. Yeah. And I had already paid for a couple. I do want to watch it. I'm just gonna wait for it to be on something that I already paid for.
Yeah. No, give it a shot.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's a good thriller. It's a good thriller.
All right. My number 2. I went with, you might not think this is a political movie. I think it is. The King's Speech.
No,
2010. Colin Firth, Jeffrey Rush, Helena Bonham Carter. I don't care. Guy Pearce, Michael Gambon, directed by Tom Hooper. And it's about King George King George VI?
Yeah,
I think it was the 6th.
Yeah, 6, yeah.
He takes the throne after his brother, played by Guy Pearce, what's it called? Abdicates it.
Yeah.
Because he wants to marry a divorced woman and he can't. But he has a speech impediment, and it's all about him trying to get his speech impediment under control. So he goes and he sees a speech therapist played by what's his name? Jeffrey Rush. Yeah. I think
a good actor.
I think Jeffrey Rush won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Yeah, or if he didn't, he deserved it. Because he made that movie.
But Colin Firth was really good, too.
Yeah, he was good, but Jeffrey Rush made
Jeffrey Rush was actually in that movie. I put that as a
I believe The King's Speech won the Academy for Best Picture for that year.
I think so, yeah.
Which back then I think that's what got me to watch it, because back then I still respected the Academy, and every movie that at least won I would watch. And I think the movie that kind of broke that was The Artist. It's like that silent movie, black and white movie. And I was like, there's no way I'm watching that. Because the
Oscars, the Grammys, all that stuff now is just such a joke.
Well, yeah, now it is. But back in 2010,
back in the day, it was actually decent.
But yeah, The King's Speech is an excellent movie.
No, I would definitely put that
it sounds like it would be a boring movie, a king dealing with his stutter. Yeah. But it wasn't. It was excellent.
It's a really good movie.
And my number 1, Dave, would you like to guess what my number 1 is?
I imagine it's going to be Lincoln.
Well, shucks, Dave. Were you looking at my list? What's wrong?
No.
Lincoln. I mean,
starring who?
What else would it be? 2012. Daniel Day-Lewis. I just listed off a few people in this, but
one of the best modern day actors of all time. Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah. Well, he's what? 3 Academy Awards?
Yeah.
What, 5 nominations or something?
He's an awesome actor.
Daniel Day-Lewis, Tommy Lee Jones, who I think was the best part of the movie.
He was really good.
Every scene that he was in, he was fantastic. Yeah. Sally Field, James Spader, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Donald Strahan, John Hawkes, and directed by Steven Spielberg. There's so many more people in this movie. So many more people in this movie. I just didn't want to type them all down.
Great.
This movie's about Abraham Lincoln trying to get the 13th Amendment ratified.
Yep.
And it is spectacular.
And fighting within the party to do so.
Yes.
And how it pretty much came down to that last vote where they were like pushing hard for people to vote. It's got one of my all-time favorite movie lines, and I can't say it on here. No, you can't.
But
no, they would come through that door and haul you out.
But
great acting from everybody.
Pretty sure Daniel Day-Lewis won the Academy for Best Picture, and it won.
Actor.
Best Actor, and I think it won Best Picture.
Yeah,
which it should have.
Oh yeah,
it was awesome. And Daniel Day-Lewis was amazing. But Tommy Lee Jones, I think, was just a little bit better.
And then when we get to the action scenes in that movie were not many.
Yeah, no, there's.
But they were really good.
This movie is all about the politics.
Oh yeah,
just like the show John Adams.
Yeah, that's a great,
like the first episode. They have like a few little battle snippets, but it's mostly about the politics.
No, John Adams was great, and Washington's really good. The other miniseries here.
Do you mean Turn? The Washington Spies?
No, this is actually Washington.
Really?
It's played by Bridges. No, not.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I can't remember what. Really good.
I didn't know.
Yeah, and it really goes right up until the crossing of the Delaware, right into the
Was it like
Battle of the
a
Hessians
limited?
Trenton.
Was it just like a one season?
One
thing?
season. It's like 4 or 5 episodes. It's
Yeah,
really
I'll have
good.
to check that out.
But John Adams is really good.
Paul Giamatti,
Yeah,
really good movie.
yeah. And I'm not the biggest Paul Giamatti
I
fan,
am.
but he was excellent in that.
He was awesome in Adaptation, Cinderella Man. There's just so
Cinderella
much
Man,
stuff that he's good in.
So my number 2 is 13 Days, year 2000, with Kevin Costner, Bruce Greenwood, Steve Culp. It's all about the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962. Seen from our leadership. Kevin Costner is the White House assistant, Kevin O'Donnell. Bruce Greenwood plays John F. Kennedy, President John F. Kennedy. He was fantastic.
I'll have to check this movie out.
It is, to me, one of Kevin Costner's best movies. And it's about the Cuban Missile Crisis and how close we were to World War III. I mean, how close we were. It was, you really read up on that Cuban Missile Crisis. It was just a matter of a switch that week or so. It was that close. And they do a really good job showing it in that movie. The spy flights, the U-2 spy planes, all that. And they're actually using some actual footage. It's really good.
I'll have to check it out.
And my number 1, we just went over it, is Lincoln. It's just a true political movie.
Steven Spielberg
All
has
about
had
the politics.
some real bangers.
Yeah.
Obviously, Schindler's List, I like better than this. Obviously, Saving Private Ryan, I like better than this.
I don't know.
But I think Lincoln's a top 3.
Lincoln is,
I think,
from start to finish, it's an excellent movie on everything they do in that movie up until the end. I mean,
like, what would you put as Steven Spielberg's top 3? It's got to be Schindler's List and Saving Private
it'd
Ryan.
be those 3.
Trying to think, like 1941.
I love 1941.
It's such an.
We
need to do an underappreciated movie because 1941 would be a top 2.
Oh my god,
it's so good. It's so long, especially if you watch the unedited one.
Yeah. And
it's like over 3 hours long. It's spectacular. All-star cast.
Classic comedy. Oh my god.
Why are we talking about 1940? Oh, because it's Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. So
he's done a lot of movies. War Horse was shit.
See, I didn't mind War
It was
Horse.
pretty shit.
I didn't mind
It
it.
was pretty boring.
Yeah, but I didn't mind it. I'm not
Well,
saying
compared to his other stuff.
yeah, no, I'm not saying it's a great
War
movie.
Horse, if it was by some other director, I would say, yeah, it's freaking awesome.
But yeah, it's not a bad flick.
For a Steven Spielberg movie,
yeah. Well, you get
it's kind of there with like War of the Worlds.
yeah.
It was fine.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was fine.
I like the original better.
The special effects in it were really cool. When you'd see those big, like, what the hell were they? Tripod things coming up.
Oh,
geez.
yeah. No, that was good.
That was cool.
So that was our top 10 political movie list. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, if you have any comments, please.
Yours was better than mine.
Email us.
Normally,
You know
Dave,
what?
I would say mine's always better because it is always better. But yours was better.
I don't know what to say, Dave.
Except if you consider King's Speech a political movie, then I don't know why it's not on your list.
You know, you want me to be honest?
Oh, the movie that I forgot. The movie that I forgot that I watched before this was The Manchurian Candidate.
Manchurian Candidate's a great.
And I just watched it for this, and I forgot to put it on my list of movies that I just watched.
Yeah, no, Manchurian
Candidate
Frank
would have
Sinatra.
absolutely been on my list.
Yeah,
Canadian Bacon would have been kicked. Actually, probably.
I forgot all about Manchurian
Probably The Ides of March
with you,
would have been
I forgot all
kicked
about
off.
King's Speech. I forgot all about it. But Manchurian Candidate, great thriller.
Yeah.
Great thriller.
And who does it star?
Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra's in it?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Are you talking the remake?
Yes, I am talking about the remake.
I'm talking about the original.
All right, I am talking about the one with Denzel.
Yeah, Denzel Washington. Okay, no, and that's a good one too. I like the original better with Frank Sinatra.
I didn't even realize that it was a remake.
Oh yeah, yeah. Watch it.
I mean, like you could have put maybe Malcolm X in there. I wasn't a huge fan of that one.
Hey, but it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
Selma wasn't a bad movie.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah,
did that just come out recently?
4 or 5 years ago, maybe.
I mean, that's recently.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So our next week's topic is going to be I came up with this today because you're like
I picked this one, and I did it because of our great victory in November.
Yeah. Which took effect on what day? January 20th, 2025. It's been a great 3 weeks, by the way.
It has been a great 3 weeks.
So our next topic will be top 10 movies that spawned TV shows. I've already got, my number one is.
I know what my number one is.
Oh, mine, it's easy.
I'm going to have to talk to you about it afterwards.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's our show for this week. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Be careful tomorrow. It's supposed to be crappy weather, but you won't see that. So, but it's like 34 days or something like that to spring. Can't wait.
Yeah, was it March 20th?
Yeah, something like that. 30.
Yeah, but then again, spring we get 2 months of additional winter in the spring. But
that's one thing about March. You never know. You could wake up today, it's 60 degrees. Tomorrow you wake up 3 feet of snow on the ground. So,
like we're supposed to get Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. By the time this video comes out.
Got anything to say before you?
Yeah, close? Go Birds.
Huh?
Go Birds.
Oh God. Yeah, tell you what. There's gonna be a lot of free agency stuff this coming off season.
Yeah. And the big story is going to be where's Myles Garrett go?
Yeah,
because he wants to go win a championship.
Yeah, Detroit's talking about him. You put him in Detroit's front.
Yeah, him.
They will clean your clock next year.
Well, people are saying that the Birds might try and get him because they might let Josh Sweat walk.
Why?
I don't know.
Unless it's going to cost them so much money.
Well, what do you have? 2.5 sacks in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Plus that one play where he pushed the player into Mahomes to force the pick.
And then I won't even get into that foul they called on him there. Is that the one he crashed into him and he hit his hand onto this face mask? Was that the one?
That was the first big flag of the game, the offensive pass interference.
Yeah, that was such a bad call.
That was weak, but there was a makeup call with on the next drive where they gave some guy unnecessary roughness because he went helmet.
It was good to see the Chiefs not getting the calls from the refs.
Yeah,
as they've been.
I was surprised, especially after that first drive. Rinky-dink offensive pass interference was like, oh God.
So again, that was our show. Hope everybody enjoyed it. We will see you back here in a couple of weeks with our top 10.
Hopefully, unless we get buried in snow.
Movies that spawn TV shows. And until then, be safe. Have a good one.
Have a good one, and go Birds again.